Go.
Okay.
Let's get it. So, do you remember the first TV we ever bought?
No.
Well, for this channel, the first TV was the LG C10. So that was 4 years ago. And I was a little nervous doing that review. But we got a TV in, it was a 65-inch C10. And after that, a year later, we got our first 83-inch LG, which was the C1. And it was improved upon the C10, it had better shadow detail and all that. And then last year, we had the LG C2, which was even better. And that was the first video that we had that shot up to 1 million views within like 2 months, I think. So very popular TV series. And the fact that they have this 83-inch size is awesome. So finally here we have the LG C3 with even more improvements. And I'm excited to see really what's different this year, because that's the one thing is like a lot of the time it's just like very similar TV, even though the panel is changing, but the form factor and everything is very similar. And I think that's a good thing because it's one of the coolest looking TVs. So excited to show you that. We're gonna pull some of the stuff out here and then compare it to the 98-inch, because I think that a smaller OLED sometimes gives you an awesome benefit. And we're gonna talk about that more as we open this up. So what do you got there, Jen?
Well, we've got our classic install guide that we look at.
We do?
Sure. We know we've got our remote and all that kind of good stuff. The bag of goodies. What else do we have here? Looks like a cover plate.
Yeah, they always put that like one small cover plate like right there in this giant hole, but that's pretty much it. You wanna take some of this stuff off? Well, actually, so right here, this one has the clips. Normally anything that's bigger than 75-inch has these clips. That way you can just open the box up. So let's open the box up and then we'll slide it out so we don't have to lift it over the top. Got those. All right, you wanna pull them apart? You wanna, ooh, things are falling apart. Do you wanna watch the TV as I slide these out?
Go for it.
This is one of the best packaged TVs. LG obviously doesn't want these TVs to show up broken because they do a great job like completely covering this. So fantastic, but obviously with it being that thin, it's good, but this is a lot of styrofoam too.
It's beautiful packaging.
To deal with, I got that.
Oh my gosh.
You keep guarding the TV.
Look at that. Ugh.
How thin it is?
Yeah.
Oh, is it even thinner or is it about the same?
I don't know. It seems pretty darn thin. I'm excited already.
I'm so excited. Let's get back into it. Sorry, that was a lot.
Okay, let's see.
The stand?
Different, yeah. Oh, that's light.
Wait,
it's got to be
it
just
looks
a
about
plate.
the same. Yeah, that's the cover plate for the front. Like the speaker deflector sends the sound out to you.
Deflector, check that out.
Yeah,
Look
same
at that.
old. It looks pretty similar. I mean, so far, it looks very similar. What do you think, Caesar? I think Caesar is listening for the birds that are hanging out up in our chimney up there. The one good thing is having the heavy stand in the bottom. It makes it so it's not at all like tip prone to tip. I mean, once you take that out, then it is, but let's get that out. You want to take it out, Muscles, or should I?
I got it.
It's pretty heavy. You got it? All right, cool. Not too bad. So just the two pieces for the stand, and there's some screws. Put that on. What do the instructions say for doing that? Does it say still to lay it on a flat table with it hanging off the edge?
Sure does.
Yeah. So it says to lay it down, which I'm gonna do on the styrofoam because it's just easier than to put it on our table, and I just feel like that hard surface is not quite as easy to use. So let me grab some of that styrofoam and we'll just tip this over, yeah?
Let's do it.
So we'll put these here like this. That should give it perfect weight distribution. Okay, you wanna tip it forward, Jen? I think that'll line up well. And then lay it up on there and then pull this one off. Cool, so what do you got? That's the cord concealer right there? Yeah, you can leave that on. It's fine, until we, whatever, either way. Take the other one off.
Dark Titan silver.
Yeah, it's a very good color.
Sounds impressive.
So we got to put these two pieces together first with some screws. So let's do that real quick. This looks very similar. So far, I haven't really noticed anything different, honestly. I mean, it looks identical. We have 3 screws that we put in to connect these two and then throw it on there. So let's do that quick. Easy. Honestly, I would say this looks like a big stand, but it's one of the easier stands to use and put on and balance a TV, because we did that Samsung one that had like 3 parts and it's like wobbly in the middle, and this has a much nicer low profile that we'll show you in a bit, but that was very easy. It just seems like we take that for granted, how quickly you can put that stand together.
Absolutely. No funny angles whatsoever.
All right. There you go. Oh yeah, it's good.
This is easy, I gotta say.
Agreed.
There we go.
Cool. This is where that all-important cover plate comes in.
Very secure. Just shove it in.
Piece of cake, right?
There you go. Shove it in.
Yeah, didn't go in that easily, but that's more or less perfect. I like it. Let's stand this sucker up.
Okay.
Be careful with the screen. We're gonna go tip. There it goes. Look at that.
Whew.
A very well-balanced TV.
Oh yeah.
Let's get the stand behind it here, and then we'll show them. Show them the people. Show the people.
Give the people what they want.
There you go. All right. All right, Jen, let's do it. Ready? 1, 2, 3, up. Man, you gotta get that on there. So close. Perfect. Should we unveil it?
Well, I'm excited too, because we sure can't watch it like this, and you have built up a lot of excitement about this TV, so I want to see how this black box compares to the other black boxes.
That's sarcasm, people. I mean, this TV is really good though, so like, people are legitimately excited for us to turn it on. It's a good TV.
Show it to me.
All right, let's do it. Let's lift it up.
Ooh.
Look at that. It comes with dog hair and everything.
Oh, nice.
If you come to our house. Caesar.
Dog hair everywhere. Ooh, got some bubbles.
Yeah, sometimes these come with a ton of bubble.
Ooh, I love it.
Is that energy thing on top or below the plastic?
It's
such
under.
a pain in the butt. But it looks like you're ready to go with your favorite part.
Good to go? This is so thin. I'm in awe of the thinness. Okay.
Excuse me. I just getting out of your way. I don't know, man. It's hard to say that there's a better looking TV on the market.
Mm-hmm. It's your priority.
I mean, the G3 of this year and all the G series TVs are really cool looking on the wall, but this is an awesome TV for a stand.
I'm energy efficient. That's why I take naps.
Cool. Should we show the back here? Again, I know this TV will likely be better than last year's, but it looks very similar. It has the same 400 by 400 millimeter pattern there. It has another bracket here you can take off if you want to, put in that LG mount that puts it really tight to the wall. The only problem is you still have this gap here, but it would look nice with this on the wall. The only problem is the LG mount itself, I'm not a big fan of because it only comes out like a few inches and it doesn't really turn. So that's the installer way to put that back on. And then you have the HDMI cords, the spots right here. I think there's one on is there one on the side? Let's see. Yeah, actually, is there 2 on the side? 2 HDMIs and a USB on the side. And you have a little room past them, so if they curl around, it's not gonna stick out past your TV. And then you have, 2 more on the bottom here. I think all 4 of them are 4K 120. 2 more USBs right there. And then you have, antenna in. I think it should be the next gen tuner, but I'm not really sure that there's a lot of headway with that next gen 4K tuning, channels you can get, and then an IR blaster and all that. And then you have a channel for the HDMI cords to run, and it's pretty thick, so I think as long as your cords are pretty normal, you have the ability to run a few HDMIs through there, and then behind that little plastic down into the back. So it's a very cool setup, and it runs all the cords to the middle, so you have a very clean looking TV on a stand. Let's go see if the remote has changed or what's up with that. All right, what you got? You got the remote, Jen?
I've got the remote right here.
It looks very similar to last year's. I think it's been like that for 2 years now. It has that flatter surface on the back I like. So it's a better remote. It's still not super premium in my opinion, but you know, it is what it is. The only differences I see are at the bottom with the buttons. They don't have the Google. They still have, you know, the A word there, but then they have Sling TV instead of the Google one. So more or less, it's got the, you know, the directional pad and the roller in the middle. It's a little clicky, but those buttons at the top there are good because all the different numbers can be assigned, so it's pretty cool. So why don't you fire it up? All right, we got it on, we got it all set up. Looks pretty awesome. I'm gonna compare it to this big TV here because I wanna show you a lot of differences between an OLED and a pretty good QLED, but you know, it's not an OLED. So we'll go into that in a second. But first, I wanted to show you the operating system here quick. Got all your apps, LG channels, Netflix, all that stuff. It looks pretty similar to last year. I know there's some differences, like you can personalize and have it set up based on which member of the family is watching TV and all that. And there's like, it's just endless what you can watch on these TVs now. But we wanted to check out an HDR video just to see how cool it looks. I think we should take it back to the first HDR shot that I ever put on a TV. Let's do that. 2020 LG OLED 8K The Wild. This was a really cool video. But yeah, it looks very, very sharp. This HDR footage looks awesome. Look at that zebra. Perfectly black, perfectly white, right next to each other. Some HDR videos really can't show how cool these OLED TVs look, but this one is not one of those. It's very sharp, very bright. I love it. So that right there is one of the reasons that OLED TVs look so awesome. It's very difficult to get that bright blue of the jellyfish across a black screen like that. But let's get more into the differences of why this OLED looks awesome at 83-inch versus this 98-inch QLED. And let's start with the black levels. So if we look at the HDR on the two TVs here, you can see that this black is like perfectly black where, you know, it's more gray in some of these scenes because it's harder for a QLED to make it look great. I mean, this is doing a pretty decent job and there are brighter QLEDs that make HDR footage look awesome. But I mean, things on here are so bright, like that's so green, so red, perfect black next to it. It's a little bit more washed out and this should actually look better because you're at a pretty extreme angle for the OLED, but you're almost straight on for this QLED. And again, it's doing an okay job, but that's just one reason why the OLED looks so much better. Here you can see kind of a lot of gray in the middle instead of black. So when we're watching like sports, for example, and everything's moving really fast, you see less pixelation on the screen. And when we go over to the, you know, the TCL QLED here, it's not quite as sharp. Probably harder to see on here, but I can tell that there's not as good a contrast on that screen, as well as it's not quite as sharp as this. There's just so much. The black is just a lot inkier and, you know, the detail just looks better in general. And honestly, the colors look good. The colors look better on this one at an extreme angle than they do when you go straight onto this TV. And, you know, again, you can see kind of how washed out that is a little bit. You know, it's not terrible, but it's just like more so than an OLED. Much better color. What do you think, Jen? Am I right on here?
I think you're pretty point on. I mean, I've got the side angle and I can agree with you on this one thing. That a lot more vibrant from the side versus this one.
Yeah, so, you know, I've never really had any issues with that TCL with regards to the motion, but, you know, these OLEDs do look really good. There's a lot of motion interpolation you can do. So in general, I'm a big fan of it so far. So really, I guess the only thing we haven't shown you is gaming, which obviously the gaming on LG OLEDs is fantastic. So let's back out and do a little gaming footage. So getting into gaming, obviously LG OLED TVs are fantastic for gaming. Really, you can't say much bad about them in general. They have all the gaming specs you'd want. They're 4K at 120 on all 4 HDMI ports. They have all the VRR options, G-Sync, FreeSync, instant game mode so you can play. They even have like a really cool game bar that they've added so you can see what frame rate you're playing. If you have the VRR activated, game mode, all that. You can mess around with the colors, the black level. There's just so much to do with it and it's fantastic fantastic for gaming. In addition, it's just so crisp. You can walk right up to the TV and see every little like detail on this. And again, we were having the TCL there just to show some differences, but this LG C3 is so much more detailed in every way. And I don't think that there's a better gaming TV on the planet than the LG OLEDs. Yes, maybe the G3 could be considered slightly brighter than this TV or whatever, but this is the best one for on a stand. It's more mainstream, and I really like this for gaming and just overall. So let me get kind of into the final thoughts about this TV and where we're gonna go from here. So overall, I'm a huge fan of LG OLEDs. I just said that a second ago. This is the 10th year, 10 years for LG OLEDs. It's pretty impressive. Started my career out with the C10, the C1, the C2. Now this is the C3. It's supposed to be 30% brighter without adding any of that MLA technology that's on the G3, which we'll get into when we review that as well. But you can just take these LG OLEDs out of the box and they look fantastic. We had to spend a lot of time trying to tweak other TVs to get them here. With OLED TVs, you have perfect contrast. You don't have to worry about blooming around the edges. The panels are cleaner. They normally don't have a lot of streakiness in them, so fantastic overall. And over the years, they've gotten so much better with motion and upscaling to compete with other brand OLEDs like, Sony OLEDs or even some of the LED TVs with regards to that. But what do you guys think? What do you guys need to know about this TV? We're gonna do a Q&A review where we answer some of your questions, so let me know in the comments what you need to know, what you like about this or don't like about this TV or LG OLEDs in general. And do you guys like this format? Do you like it where I do the more initial unboxing and then we do all the testing and questions in a review, or would you rather just have it all in one video where you get all the details right now? Let me know in the comments about that as well. Make sure to go to our website and take the TV quiz if you're looking to purchase right now. We have all the top TVs up there and all your different recommendations based on your room conditions and all that. So go to btheinstaller.com. That is in the link in the description, and watch these two videos here. More unboxing. One is a Samsung OLED from 2023, and there is the giant 97-inch G2 video right here.